Wuchangfallenfeathers gameplay. No major spoilers. I'm just going to play sort of the beginning area of the game, show you some of the systems, some of the strategies to implement if you are playing the game. I do have a Wuchangfallenfeathers review in progress on the channel. I call it Unpleasantly Good. You'll see why in a moment, or maybe when you play it yourself. There are some pretty serious performance issues on PC. It's not getting a great score on PC. I will be playing on the PS5 Pro, where I had some minor gripes and issues with performance that hopefully get polished out. I've got about 30 hours in the game. I think I'm about halfway through. I was not as fast as some of these other guys. The percentage of completion might not be accurate, though. I'm going to end the previous stream and redirect folks over. As you guys come over, do me a favor and hit that like button. All right, that is super, super helpful. So I'm going to go ahead and load the game. You can see here level 54, 30 hours. That's my current status in the game. And I'm going to try to show you some of this early gameplay and see what you guys think about it. We are shifting from Battlefield, so we'll probably lose a lot of people. So do me a favor and smash like and do all the things. No, I did not try this on PC. There would have been no reason to do that. I don't play games on PC if I can get them on the Pro. So I got a PS5 code, and yes, there are outfits that you can indulge in that are even more revealing than this one if that's your desire. Let me give you a little bit of volume here. I'm going to go ahead and skip this kind of stuff. We're just going to jump right into the action. So they give you your first sword, okay? So you've got light attacks, a heavy attack that can be charged up or not, and overall performance mode is, I would say, not great, but also not terrible. It's got a little bit of a blurriness to it. They do something with the resolution to maintain the frame rate that can make it a little bit ugly, I would say, as a performance mode goes. Now, they just gave me some daggers that I'm going to make sure and equip, because you may have just heard, like, the bird. There's these birds. Your armor has stats, so you always want to be sure to check new armor when you get it to see if it's giving you your various resistances, your various mitigations. The mitigations are for, like, your basic attacks. Resistances are for the things that can happen over time, like blight, burn, frostbite, etc. And then you have your healing, you know, a lot of the things that you would just kind of come to expect in a game like this. And then you have your base weapon that you start with, which is a longsword. Okay. Now, you also get other items for healing. These things show up quite a bit. And if you end up with too many, they go into storage, and then anytime you revive, they'll refill. You'll hear these random birds. You see there I have him targeted. Just throw a dagger at him. Get rid of them. If they're within reach of your sword, get them with your sword. I don't use the feathers, but they will randomly increase one of the following boons for a time: maximum health, maximum stamina, or all damage dealt. So that's kind of like something you might consume in a boss fight to give you a bit of an edge. I've never been a big fan of that because those birds don't respawn, so there's going to be a limited quantity of them. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything on this side. It runs amazing on your 4070. This is one of your first sort of central areas that you'll end up coming back to from time to time to engage with NPCs. There's some people down here that you can talk to. Again, I'm going to be gliding over that and primarily just showing off the gameplay. So you can ask this guy questions if you're interested in the lore, the place, the feathering that's happening to you. You can do all that if you so choose. You do not have to. Some people are going to be a little bit more focused on that than others. It's there for you if you want it. It's ignorable if you don't feel like that is important to you. So I'm primarily interested in just kind of showing off the gameplay and the mechanics to you. So this is where like quest lines and things will come into play. Like she's a character that you'll come back to, and you'll talk to her, and then you'll bring stuff back to her, and it'll move certain story elements forward. This guy never says anything to you. I don't know if we end up fighting him or not, but open the donation box. So the donation box is going to give you a bunch of stuff. If you, I think this is because of the version of the game that I was given for review access. Guys, do me a favor. And we did. We lost a lot of people, which totally makes sense because we were covering Battlefield. This is very much not a Battlefield game. Try to get me to 100 likes really, really quickly. Renew your memberships, gift memberships, all of the things. So here is where you've got different outfits that do different things that you get. Now this is like the entire thing. So if I do this, it's gonna put the entire outfit on. And yeah, you can see they're very much a fan of, putting her in, stuff like that. Now, let's say I really like this outfit's perks, but I don't want to look like a dominatrix in like, a strip club or something. And you want to look, you just hit triangle and then you can transmog it and it'll look like that. So even though I'm wearing that armor and getting those stats, which I actually think the starting armor is perfectly fine, you can go to each individual item. So this thing is just like a knot in my hair, like a headband. I can transmog it to that if I want. So remove alteration. There we go. He ends up being a merchant that you interact with, right? So eventually you'll meet him again and he'll have items and stuff to sell to you. He's a guy that you bring things back to, and it expands his storefront. Oops. So these are the shrines. You offer blood. Unlocks the shrine. Oh wow, you can get kind of a close-up on the character's face here. So they did a good design with the character, right? She's obviously buxom, and they made her like super hot and everything, but like she looks good as far as a character. Okay, so when you come to the shrine, you can enter the dream. That fully restores your health and advances the story. However, most enemies you defeated are also brought back to life. So here's your skill tree. This is where you spend the red mercury essence. So this is like Souls, right? You get enough, and then you can do that. And this weapons have ways of using what is called Skyborn Might. Skyborn Might is gained in various ways, from perfect dodges and things like that. There's also other things you can do in here as well. You can reset your skill points at any time. So right now I need 690 to level up. So you'll notice I have no red mercury essence, so I can't do anything just yet. The warehouse is where, like, if I'm full on 5 of these steamed bunny buns, they'll go into the warehouse, and they'll just keep stacking up and stacking up and stacking up, right? And then every time I respawn, if I have steamed bunny buns equipped, it'll take me back up to 5, pulling from the warehouse. So that is a nice thing that they do to keep you stocked, even if you're, even if you're, just constantly picking them up or not using them, it'll do that. So you do that. Seems a bit uninspired. It definitely is like Sekiro meets Black Myth Wukong. She's got a feathering on her arm. It's getting worse. Very similar to Dragon Rot. A lot of people will talk about it when you talk to them. Talk to anybody that'll talk to you though like this. They'll give you items sometimes just to help you, like healing things, You know, they're giving me these special pills. The special pills will heal me, but they will also add corruption. So basically the world is corrupted and people are getting infected and slowly turning into demons. And somehow you are unaffected by it. Or you are affected by it, but it's not killing you or whatever. Or you're maintaining your sanity or something.
Oh, 你娃子又来了，看你满不说气，咋个了？不信？哎，那我就给你找个对手。哎，莫怪我狠心。俗话说，不破梦魇，焉得好梦。
I'm sure there are going to be people that beat this boss. I don't know how well I'll do against this boss. I think this is meant to be... I think it's meant to kill you. So they're going to teach you about pressing dodge at the right moment. You shimmer, you avoid the enemy attack. Then you get Skyborn Might. Skyborn Might helps you with spells, discipline skills, and weapon skills, okay? So you basically have to, like, let them try to attack you. And I dodged too early. I dodged too early. I dodged too early. There we go. And you'll see down there in the left corner, I have abilities. Like I have blink, kick, and something else. When you dodge at the right time and you get the thing, you'll be able to use those abilities. If you guys are watching on YouTube, I know it's the third stream. I know we've asked for it a lot today, but you guys have been incredible. Be sure to hit the like button. It helps out the live stream. I believe this fight is designed for you to die, because they want to introduce a lot of the mechanics that happen when you take damage or die. Yeah, I'm not really hurting him much. Oh. You can see the little meter. I'll build it up on his circle. I'll try to stagger him. Oh. The move away damage is rough. I really want to stun him. I'm trying to get big hits on him, but it's hard because he gets. I can't. It wasn't letting me dodge all of a sudden. I couldn't dodge. She was like running or something. I was like stuck. I don't know. That was really weird. I was kind of getting into a pretty good flow state with his attacks, and my character got stuck. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's a scripted death. I don't know if they just stop you or something, or make it to where all of a sudden you're gonna die. But like my character literally got stuck and couldn't dodge. She was like running in place. I don't know if I was stuck on his model, or what. There's a lot of really, really weird inconsistencies in the combat, especially later on. You'll like just not dodge an attack that you've been dodging the entire time. So they want you to learn about, you know, leveling and madness, which again is why I think that's just like a scripted death. There's probably people that can beat it, but I don't know. I don't know what happened. So you come in here, and if you see how it says red mercury essence is at 0, you just hit the touchpad or the button to do it, and then you level up. It gives you enough, and then you can invest in the various points. You can invest in the axe, or in this case, I'm going to invest in the sword. The second attack of the longsword grants a stack of Skyborn Might. That's actually really, really helpful, because you basically go tap, tap, and then you have an ability. You can either use your dash strike. It's teaching me how to lock on with the camera and stuff. Or you can just do a really, really fast heavy attack. This guy's already basically dead. So here we... Oh, these guys have this guy here. Okay. Yeah, it looks like Hulk Hogan passed away, yeah. That's what I'm seeing in the Discord. Redirect does not work. I tell you what does work. That like button works. Okay. This, I remember this guy giving me some grief early on. Spears can be troublesome because they like to charge. Oh! There we go. We got a backstab. You can get the backstab by doing a fully... You can do a fully charged attack on their back, or the little meter on their targeting circle will fill up the harder you hit them or the more you hit them. So I think I filled his meter up. I don't think I hit him in the back. I think I filled his meter so that he was backstabbable. So they just gave me the axe. So I'm going to show you how that works. I actually have never used the war club, but I'm going to go with the axe. No, I don't need to talk about health and stamina. Let me see if it's still bound to L3. Yes, Swift Draw is still bound to L3. So I'm going to do my best to show that off and not to screw it up. I think you have to earn a Swift Draw, don't you? I think you have to earn a Swift Draw with Skyborn Might. So you have to get a point of Skyborn Might. So I should be able to get 2 light hits on somebody and then do it. So he gives... I don't understand the bamboo lantern. I never felt like it was needed. You're supposed to like use it in dark areas. I never once felt like it was actually needed. So you saw what I did there, right? I got out my axe. It's called Swift Draw. It's really, really fun. I don't find it to be all that opportunistic in boss fights. I feel like it's better for crowd control or fights against guys in the open world, it doesn't ever really seem to be all that beneficial when I'm in a boss fight. And you would think that it would be. So maybe people will come up with strategies because they're better than me. I never found it to be all that useful in a boss fight. You can equip 3 pendants. Right. So that's something that I just got. So you come in here. This will be reducing damage while below a certain HP threshold. Throw that on. I have a bunch of these. One of my tips for you early on in the game is, as soon as you can afford it, get the pendant that gives you a little bit of healing off of killing somebody. It's really nice in the open world areas to be able to spare some of your healing flask by just killing people. There's a lot of weak enemies around, and you will find it extremely useful to basically be able to use them for health. Sometimes it won't let you talk to them. Wait, what?
左臂赋予，竟是羽化之兆。凡人我能感应这力量呢。
Okay, so just like in a Souls game, I'm now getting these things here where this will give me 100 mercury if I consume it. This will give me 1200 mercury. So you can use that to round yourself out whenever you're going to level up. And then there's a chest over there. Obviously, I can't get to it right now. I think the first time I played the game, I did not come up here first. Here's an area where you're going to start to notice that the performance isn't great. Now, he has his back to me. So a fully charged heavy attack on their back, that even for the most part works against bosses. Doesn't matter how full their health bar is or how big they are. If you can get behind them, you can put them into a backstab with a fully charged heavy on their back. They're teaching me about swift draw. I already know about swift draw. I don't like the axe. It's really slow, but I just wanted to kind of experiment with it a little bit there. Yo, it's good feed. The problem I have with clicking in the left stick to trigger swift draw is in the middle of a crazy fight, I will accidentally click in the left stick. So I generally stuck to just the longsword in pretty much every major boss fight. I did not find swift draw to be useful in the fights. Okay. So we have enough to level up now. This is also explaining that you can use teleport between the various shrines. Again, this is all pretty familiar stuff for folks. Also, you have a visual indicator when you're able to level up. See how up at the top now my currency has like a glowing yellow thing around it, the 710 up in the right-hand corner? That's letting me know I have enough to level up. This will also have glitter on it. You'll come in, it'll do that. I hit the touchpad, I level up, right? I want to work my way toward... I don't stick with blink kick for very long, so I'm going to work my way down to this. Just trying to make it strong. Now, what I should be able to do is, I need 724 to level up. I'm fairly certain I have more than enough of that. Right here is 1200. We're going to use that. We're going to go in. Should have been R3 to pick up items. Square dodge X. Yeah, it doesn't let you do that, unfortunately. Now, if I just try to click on this, it'll pop this up as well. You don't have to use the touchpad to do it. Okay? Then I'm going to come here, and I need 741, and I know I have that because I have 8 of these. These are 100 apiece. I didn't have to use all of them, but I did. Go back in. And now we're going to be pretty strong to start out the game. Can consume 1 of Skyborn Might to quickly strike with a charged heavy attack. Oh, that's why that wasn't working. I didn't have it yet. I was like, man, it's not working. I forgot that you actually get that pretty early on. Now, the reason they teach you about teleport is up here. There's basically nowhere to go. They're also teaching you about shortcuts. You can kick the ladder down if you want. I'm not going to teleport because it'll respawn all the enemies. And I'm not interested in dealing with that. So, we'll take... we'll just take the normal way down. They do have the mechanic in the game that if there are no enemies around, sprinting does not consume your stamina. I absolutely love that. Dodge does. I don't know if you're supposed to talk to her again after going up there. No. Oh yeah, there's an item over here. Okay. I feel like somebody's gonna jump on me here. Guess not. Okay. I forget where we broke from the path. Where was it? Was it back here? No, I think we missed it. There's a turn somewhere. Isn't there? No, we did the turn and it was just for an item. Shoot. It's been so long since I've been here. I can't remember if we go. I think we go all the way back actually, and I think we cross back here. Maybe? Yeah, how do we get down there? I can't remember how to do it. Yeah, we're definitely missing a turn because I don't think you can open any of the doors in here. I think we get keys. I don't even know we get a key. I think we open this from the other side. Yeah. The ladder? Did I miss a ladder? I can't remember. They do a good job with like hiding things in plain sight. Like you'll be wandering around and you'll just like straight up miss. You'll just straight up miss stuff. Like you just won't see it. I don't remember it being a ladder. I think it's literally like a path that you take across. Yeah, again, I thought it was here. It's not. We went up that way. What the heck? Oh, I think I remember where it is. It's a turn up here, isn't it? Because that takes us to the item. And then there's another turn up. No. I genuinely can't frickin' remember how you get across. I'm missing something like a path or something. I don't think it was up this way. Oh, wait, no. There's a cave up here, isn't there? That I went past? Isn't there? I can't freaking remember, boys. Yeah, no, the ladder just brings me down. Oh! That's right. I dropped and I shouldn't have dropped. That's what it was. You bring that ladder, you take the ladder down and it gets you to a platform you can't get to without it to get to the cave. Okay, so my memory was correct. There is a cave. You just have to use the ladder. I forgot that the last time I came up here, I took this ladder and then I doubled back to the sanctuary place because I had the doors unlocked. And now that the doors aren't locked, I'm sorry, that the doors have been relocked, you can't go that way. So that's a spell right here. Unleash a blade that deals magic damage. And I'll get a flower here. These flowers don't show up all that often. There are some boss fights. Where they give you a bunch. Like they keep spawning in one particular boss fight. And it's because I think you're supposed to use them. I didn't use this spell. I'm just showing it to you guys. And you're kind of seeing why. It's not that effective, and it kind of locks you into the animation for a really long time. They teach you about plunging attacks here. You're probably familiar with this if you've ever played a game like this. I don't think I got this. Disagree. My least favorite thing in these games are grabs. Like, I was in a full-on heavy swing, and he's like, no, I'm just going to grab you. It's like, okay. Okay, get some clothing here. Yo, thank you for the €5. Hello from Netherlands, Chief. Hello to the Netherlands. I actually cheer for the Netherlands in Euro and World Cup. Okay. Relentlessly attacking or charging up heavy attacks and striking mighty size makes them vulnerable to an obliterate attack. So, that right there is an obliterate. We're going to try and get it on this boss. And you can totally cheese her, by the way. Let her come over here. She's kind of stupid. And get an easy drop on her. The attack they just taught you about. There we go. And you can do it to her again. So she's kind of free if you play her right. She's kind of free if you play her right. Okay, so benedictions are stones. You can socket benedictions into your weapons. Okay. Okay. So we're in the benediction thing. So right now, Skyborn Might reduces damage taken for a time. You end up with 3. These 3 can go together and like have like a set bonus. You can't get to the benediction menu. You cannot get to the benediction menu unless you're at like one of those places. They let you do it right there to teach you, which might confuse you later as to like why you can't get to the benedictions. You need to be at a shrine in order to do it. Cheeses and dirty tricks are much part of the Souls like poison swamps and ambushes. Yeah, the game cheeses and trolls you, so I have no problem cheesing and trolling right back. Forgotten Remembrance, you use that on your skill tree. I don't think we can. No, we can't. We got to go back around. I'm on the PS5 Pro, which is fairly consistent performance. I think we can go past where we fought her. Yeah, right here. Performance mode does have some issues. Oh, golly. He frickin' scared me. Anytime you see an item that's red, like this, pink or red, it'll be something important, like red feathers or something. Anytime it's gold, you really want to pick it up. Anytime it's blue, it's probably just going to be a consumable. Tracking can sometimes be really helpful for you, so I baited his roll and I tracked him, and then I follow through got him. So I'm getting some gold items here. These are going to be like a spear. As well, I've gotten some armor along the way. I got like a cap. We've gotten some different outfits here. This is really, really good for right now because it really increases your slash, blunt, stab, feathering, and magic. Sort of like you're mitigating those things. But it's an incredibly ugly outfit. So we're going to come in here. We're going to transmog ourselves back. Let's see. Nothing there that I really want. Okay. Oh, I can show you the spear on swift draw. The spear is not terrible. I think the axe is better if you're gonna do swift draw. Aussie 2. They happen in threes. So I just dumped them. So somebody's next. So, delicate hairpin, delicate armor, delicate bracelet. So, this again is where, so you can literally put her in what is, instead of pants, like it's literally underwear. Like you literally take her pants off. So again, that's where transmog's nice if you prefer your character to actually like have clothes on. And then the delicate armor here is really helping with like blight and poise and burn. So, and again, if you prefer just the appearance, you can put her in these outfits, which there are obvious reasons why people might do that. Okay, there we go. Oh, there's a big old plate in the ground there. I'm really missing that, I'm really missing I had a pendant that would heal me off of kills, and when little instances like that would happen, you get like trolled by like a trap or something, you could get the health back pretty regularly, you know, just by killing somebody. I'm missing that pendant. When you get to the first major area, the Sanctum, I recommend buying it as soon as it's available. I don't know when it became available. As soon as I saw it, I bought it. Generally speaking, that kind of thing helps with like the moment to moment. She also does a running attack with her light that's very helpful. I'd be careful here because he's got a gun. And these pots do explode. I don't know. They don't explode when you hit them. I don't know if his gun can make them explode, but they definitely explode. I don't think I ever came this way. The buns heal you over time, so I'm going to eat those when I'm not in combat. These are traps that make noise. Oh, and we've got some guys here. Oh! So they do more. I thought they just made noise. Wait, there might be two kinds of traps. The kinds that do what happened to him. So that's a fully charged heavy that I'm using Skyborn Might for. I go hit, right trigger, fully charged Skyborn Might. Entwined Legend Pendant. I did not come this way. I do not have this. Increases your burn resistance. Holy frick. There's not a lot of areas with fire. There's not a lot of areas with fire, though. It's mostly corruption and blight that was the main culprits of my demise. Any type of map? No. You have your inventory, your stats, your options, your text files, I guess you could call them, but no map. Yeah, so go and get that. That could be helpful in some of the earlier areas when there are some guys that try to light you on fire or whatever you just said. You can use your charge up really effectively when they're in neutrals or when they're pushing toward you. You can be very effective. Okay, so here they're showing you how to use throwables, like, in a pretty smart way. So they conveniently give you a fire pot, and then there's these dudes hanging out. Like so. I also ended up with a build that I would get heals off of the backstab, like the obliterates. Okay, so that's a new sword. Evasive maneuver, flickering blade. See, I've used this. I use this for the most part until I got like a sword called like whipping something. I think you can get him if you position yourself right. Yeah. You don't have to use a dagger on him. FromSoft games feel more punishing. You can dole out a stupid amount of damage in this with the right build, but you also can die ridiculously fast. Like, I mean, there are times you're gonna blink and you're gonna be like, I don't even know why I died. You can die very, very fast in this. Okay, so do we have these yet? Yes, we do. So, okay, this, you need red mercury essence, but you also need the faint red feathers, which I've been finding. So, I'm going to go here. I'm going to go there. Now, what that does is, that does +1 to longsword. Now, if I respec and I get rid of all of this, and I do the same thing to the axe, then all my axes are +1. And you can respec any time you want. That is something that a lot of people celebrated in the game. And don't forget about this tree here. This tree is a good tree to make sure and invest in, okay? So this is the tree where you can increase your mana capacity or increase health recovered. Now, you need lost remains for that, but I have forgotten remembrance, so I can do that right there. And then to level, I need 811. I'm going to go ahead and level again before I heal. Let's see here. We've got a 3,000. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that, and we're going to see how many times we can level. I did a really bad job early game checking that. That's a level 8 to a level 12. So some of these earlier areas where I felt like I was dying really fast, quite literally could have been because I was ignoring that currency and not using it. Now, here's deflect, and I want to make sure and show that off fairly early. So we're going to do it. And then, now deflect is a discipline skill. It's not an ability that you just have all the time, right? So you literally go to your sword, and I'm going to switch off of blink kick, to deflect, okay? So it can be a little confusing if you don't pay close attention. Now, what I want is deflect. This, when you block it, it exposes their vulnerability even further, and this enables you to launch a counterattack, right? So block the enemy's weapon at the perfect time, deflects the enemy, move slowly, and then you can go like right into a counterattack. So we're going to want to level up one more time, and we need basically like 1,100 points, which I think we have. We've got 600. We have 800. We're not quite there. Okay. We're not quite there. We can reset this area and probably farm it, because I want to show that off against this first boss fight. He's very much a dodge fight, get behind his back, but I'm going to try to play it a little less conventional and see if I can't show off the deflect. That was the swift draw into the spear. That's why she just got it out and she just ran at him. There we go. So. Alright, that's going to get me to 500 plus the 800 will be enough. I think that's too much. Yeah, that's too much. I only need 1,200. It's okay. Okay, so I want to come down here, and I want to do that. All right. Okay. All right. That's it right there. That's all you do. And it's pretty generous. He dropped a yellow item. He dropped... I think I already have those robes. Watch your corners here. That guy's designed for you to open this up and get attacked. More lost remains that we can use to help our flask, so we're probably going to want to do that before this boss fight I'm heading toward. Again. Dang it. My favorite thing in these games is grabs. Hitting me through the dadgum wall. Okay. Fights like that can turn upside down on you so dadgum fast. I believe the fight's on the other side of this. But I think there's an item. Yeah, that door right there is the fight. They're teaching you about charged heavy attacks. Now look. Charge up heavy attacks and striking small to medium-sized humanoids from behind can cause them to lose their balance, leaving them vulnerable to an obliterate attack. One of my frustrations in a recent boss fight was that it wasn't consistently working on her. Golden Bowl. This is just like some world lore. Okay. We are going to go and use that forgotten thing. I think we can use that on our flask. You were right, the devs love to troll. They are infatuated with trolling the enemy. I'm sorry, trolling the player, burning the player, picking on the player. They freaking love it. They absolutely love it. Okay, so we're going to need like 1,200. This should get us there. Nope. Do we need, what do we mean, 1,400? There we go. Okay, so we're going to go in here. And, yep, right here. Oh, we don't even need red we don't even need the red mercury essence for this. So it's going to increase health that I get from it. Okay, what's this one do? While above 50% madness, your swift draws also become much more difficult to interrupt. Yeah. I tell you what we're going to do in this fight, though. I'm going to unequip my spear. Because I don't want to accidentally swift draw in this fight. And I definitely will accidentally swift draw in this fight. I am like casual scrub status in these games, and I 100% panic. I'm always afraid that those guys are going to grab me even if I'm doing like a heavy swing on them. Okay. I don't know if this is a guy that you would use deflect on. I don't think you're supposed to. I think they kind of clue you in that you're supposed to dodge and get behind him, which when you start doing that, you absolutely crush this guy. Beautiful, beautiful singing. He's like, who the... If you guys are enjoying the stream, smash that like button. I appreciate it. Let's try and do deflects on him. Nope. You can't deflect that. Yeah, he leaves himself wide open. This is not a deflect. This is not a deflect fight. Oh! Just stay behind him. Pause. That's a phase 2. Gotcha. First try. I'm the best. Okay, so I was a lot stronger in this fight because I spent all that currency to level my character. So I was absolutely wrecking him. And definitely, he's not a deflect fight. So I wasn't about to try to like start showing you guys deflect. And they gave me a very, very cool spell that we can use. This is where they introduced Temper. I completely ignored Temper because I'm an idiot, and I wasn't using this until way, way late in the game. So my Temper that they give me is Flame, and I don't have anything to like modify it just yet. But Temper is something you want to have equipped down here. Generally, I have it close to there. This is what you do when you Temper. That replenishes just like your potions. You can spend skill points to have more charges. You can get to the point where you get different versions of it as well, like Fire, Blight, whatever. Easy first fight. Easy first fight when you've already played it. You've leveled your character with all the currency to make yourself really, really strong. And I get behind him and do backstab. So, yes. Your first time in there, you know, I don't think he'll wipe the floor with you, but it's definitely, once you kind of understand the mechanics, it's a pretty straightforward first fight. So, use that currency. Use that currency to level up early on. I did not. I completely ignored it. You notice how much stronger my sword is when I have the Temper on it. So, don't be like me and ignore that. That could be the difference between you killing a boss just a little bit quicker in a phase 2 or a little bit slower in a phase 2. And then you can get bone needles and other things as well. And here it's teaching me to equip the Temper, and then it's literally showing me right there. I don't know why I didn't watch this. I don't know why. I feel like that was a huge miss on my part. I don't know what I was doing. Maybe I got distracted. Maybe there was somebody in the room with me talking to me. I truly don't remember why I skipped right over that. You get them further down this way. If you want the Temper to like get different bone needles and stuff for it, you got to go this way. Here you can get stuff that's like good for your fire. From spells. You can get bigger buildup from spells if you do that. A lot of these abilities, these discipline abilities and stuff, I don't use. I either use deflect or I just commonly just go a little crazy with I just try to make the sword as powerful as I possibly can. Yeah, and we need another like 13 something to level. which I don't have. I've got 300. Increases madness when used. Also prevents the loss of madness for a time. The shrines are able to ensure the powers of madness. So that's if you want to voluntarily, returns you to the location where you last entered the dream while also empowering you. I guess you would want to use this. This is like warping back to, go to one of these if you so desire. He didn't like me cheesing him. Faint red feather. The faint red feathers you use to get the increase in like the +4, +5 on your sword. Cheats? Of course. You should cheat in these games as often as they let you. If the game lets you cheat, then cheat. That's what I always say. Oh, I hate these guys. Oh, if you kill him, he gives you bamboo and you use that. There's a really good spell that I need to go back and get. There's like a panda that'll sell things to you for bamboo in this first area. I need to come back and find him. I need to come back and find him and buy stuff from him. The bone whistle was given to you by Nian Suchang. Having completed certain quests, you can blow the bone whistle while up against certain key enemies and call someone to your aid. So I have only been able to do this in one fight. I never can do it in any other fights. It's probably because I'm either like, I'm probably not doing the quests, because they're freaking obscure and not obvious, which is, on brand for games like this. I am really strong. I am really strong for this area. I was not this strong when I went through it the first time. I did not spend all that currency. I'm really bad about that kind of thing. Like, I definitely get tunnel vision in games like this. Little son of a gun. It's a summon and only works on bosses. It only works on bosses, but you'll literally go into a boss and you'll use it and it won't let you use it. I think if you haven't completed the quest line, you can't summon them. More than likely, there's an NPC in like every area that if you talk to them and get them their item that they're looking for or something, you can then summon them for that area's boss. That's my assumption. I'm really bad about that. I'm just kind of like combat focused, area focused, fight focused. I don't like... It'll show you when you go to teleport if there's people in that area for you to do like quests with. There were multiple times where I couldn't frickin' figure it out. I was like, I don't know where the person is. This is the spell I want to come back for. Pray to the Divine, reducing your damage taken for a time. I need to come back and buy this. I do. I'm pretty sure this is the one that Fighting Cowboy was using. That's how they get you? Yeah, it's not a thing you can just do any time that you want. It isn't. Opens from the other side. So you'll run into this a lot. You'll come into an area and it's filled with doors you can't open, pathways you can't complete, and you're just going to have to wander around. This is the area that I went where I think there's an item worth getting here, and I really want to see what it is because I can't remember. Let me see if I can get him with the last hit. Yep. Because this is a dead end, but I feel like there's an item up here. Or maybe a demon summons or something. I can't remember. Yep, there's an item. That's why you come up here. There it is. Those are the gems you can put on your swords and stuff. Madness is also a pain in the butt. I told you. I tried to warn y'all, that madness mechanic, I think people are going to get annoyed by it. I just accepted being a glass cannon in a boss fight. I've just accepted it. My madness is going to get full, and I'm going to be a glass cannon. I'm just going to have to get good. The biggest frustration point of being a glass cannon in a boss fight from madness is you finally get to phase 2, and you die super freaking fast. You have to fight someone? Oh, yeah, that's when you're not in a boss fight. That's just you got to fight someone to get your souls back. Yep. She's really hard. I've cheesed her many a times. I have cheesed her many a times. I just like get her to fall off a ladder. Currency is BS. What currency are you talking about? Those guys are, it's always worth talking to people because they'll usually give you an item or something. We're about to meet one of my least favorite enemies in the game. To this day. Yeah, I remembered that. To this day, I can't come up with a great strategy for fighting them other than just running away and chiseling them. I truly don't know what the best strat is against them. They're super annoying. Oh, having to fight somebody to get your souls is brutal. Oh yes, it indeed is. I'm telling you, the pot ladies are the worst. I know there's one in this area. Let me see if I can deflect him. See, deflect is really, really easy. I think she's here, isn't she? Yep. I hate her so much. She'll spit poison at you. She runs at you really fast. She spams like crazy. She's so annoying. I'm not sure if you're supposed to get a full hit on her back. I've never tried. See? She's so annoying to fight against because, like, you just have to chisel her. And if she gets close to you, she is the most annoying. I'm telling you, she's the most annoying enemy in the game. She's so freaking annoying. Their rhythm sucks. Their fight sucks. I hate them. It doesn't matter when they show up. It doesn't matter how strong they are. That enemy is my least favorite enemy in the game, and I'm 30 hours in. I hate them so much. The best thing about them is they're like a mini boss. She won't be there now next time I go there. She's basically considered a mini boss. Yo, poor boy, thanks for 3 months. She might be weak to fire. Yeah, maybe when you know you're going to face one, you could do the temperament to your blade, and maybe she does. Maybe she dies really fast to fire. I don't know. All I know is they make me want to cuss them out every time I fight them. Okay, so this is our central hub for the beginning portion of the game. The compass will show you when a shrine is nearby with like a little red thing around it. Maybe a spell. It's almost impossible to get close to them because she just starts spamming. She shoots acid at you if you get far away. When she's done with her spam and she goes into a neutral, it's not long enough to get a full heavy on her backside, because that was what I thought. Like, maybe you just need to get behind her and nail her with a heavy attack and put her in a stun, and get a backstab on her. But she doesn't stay in her transition to neutral is not long enough. Or transition from neutral, I should say. We got a feather. Do we have enough? No, we need 2 more faint feathers. Increases potency of counter moves. Skyborn might increases your spell damage. So we want to make sure and come in here and put those stones in when we find them. That's in Benediction. You need to use the Tempest. It's difficult to do that because she'll push you really, really fast. So I'm assuming... Or Temperance. I'm assuming that you go away... And then after you go away from her, maybe you have time to use it. So I hand him the golden bowl that I found. And then you should have more items to buy from him. Increases stamina recovery speed during Skyborn Might. Here's just some dual blades. I do not like the dual blades. After I watched somebody fight the bride with dual blades, I tried it. I don't. And Fighting Cowboy swears by them. He swears by the dual blades. He loves them. I did never felt very good with them. I felt clumsy and slow and stupid. Not the items, like I just didn't feel good with them.
拿来给老夫长长眼吧。哎呀，别看这头，早前
Hand over the copper jug.
镇上一乱，这头头居然
Yeah, he sells some. So I believe what he sells is the stuff from the bosses that you fight. So like that's the mask of the guy I just fought. I don't know if there's like a particular reason to wear the full set, like Dutanga's prayer beads. Maybe there is, because this gives me a ton of resistance down at the bottom. And this is so-so. And then this gives me... Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure if there's benefits to wearing like the full set. I never really experimented with it. But I can show you what summoning looks like. It may summon an ally because no one is able to respond to your call pops up at the bottom, right? So you want to talk to everybody here. This opens up a bunch of quest lines with everybody that you talk to. And then this thing here, eventually you have things you can offer it to, like, I think to cleanse madness or take on madness. I can't remember. So there's all kind of currencies that they give you. Like this thing here grants 5 stacks of Skyborn Might, but it also increases your madness. So you could like consume that in a fight if you're trying to go like heavy magic, and it'll give you a bunch of Skyborn Might. This fight up here is where I can summon. Great. Isn't he great? He's like my favorite. Their intros are pretty cool. My boy's going to work. Oh. Oh, it's a grab! I heard the sound. This is bad. Stun lock. That's 100% a stun lock. So one of my least favorite things in the game is how long you stay on the ground. So he grabs me. We all hate grabs. I misjudged the dodge. That's basically a death sentence because he does tons of damage and then he throws me on the ground. And I was laying there that entire time. I can do nothing. I am hammering. I mean, I'm hammering the dodge button, praying that I can get up as fast as I can. And as soon as I stand up, he's got a range attack coming for me. That is probably one of my biggest gripes about the boss design in this game, is they will very, very commonly knock you on the ground, and it's a death sentence. You cannot get back up fast enough, and as you get back up, there's just an attack coming for you. You're done. You're cooked. I think you lay on the ground far too long in this game. Far too long. There doesn't seem to be anything that minimizes it either. Like, I have a pretty good amount of poise break resistance, but he's not doing poise break. He's doing corruption to me, which only really matters if he pulls off the grab, right? So it again, I forgot to equip this spell and show this to you guys. This is actually a pretty good spell. It's probably my biggest criticism in the game for the boss fights. The boss fights are super inconsistent. The hitboxes on the bosses are inconsistent. Their attacks have weird magnetism things that they do. But, buddy, when they drop you on the ground, it is so dadgum irritating. It's like, get the frick up. Like, you're just laying there. Like, you're not in the fight anymore. Oh, he's got him stuck. He's got him straight up stuck. Oh. Ah. No grab for you, sucker. Oh, the tracking. The tracking is such garbage sometimes. I had a full attack for his back, and my character just went the wrong way. See? Death sentence. Totally cannot mitigate that. It's total garbage. It's total garbage. He gets the grab. He throws me on the ground. I cannot get up. I'm spamming dodge. As soon as I get up, he comes in with an attack that you can't dodge. It's total garbage. It's like, now in a fight like that where you're having a good time and you're really close to beating him, it's not that big of a deal. In a really, really challenging fight, you're going to want to snap your controller in half because there's nothing you can do. You made the mistake of missing the dodge cue on the grab. Okay, sure, take my damage from me. That's the punishment, right? But then you're just on the ground for an eternity. You're just laying there. It's like you can't do anything. I'm hammering dodge. It's not like I'm not pressing anything. And as soon as you get up, there's another attack coming in that cannot be mitigated or dodged. It's a death sentence. It's a total stun lock. It's one of the game's biggest glaring flaws. It's like, I get that there should be punishment for missing. No difficulty settings match. I get that there should be punishment on a grab. Like, I missed the grab. My punishment is that you take like 80% of my health. And now I'm in the equation of, do I try to break away, get him in a neutral, or get him in a stance where I can heal, or do I try to just kill him because I've got him on the ropes? That you give me that choice. No, there's no choice at that point. You're dead. You're laying on the ground, and as soon as you stand up, instant damage. There's nothing you can do. Ah. That was really generous. See? So you can, I mean, you can totally make light work of them, right? You get in the right positions. I obviously used a summon. You know, I'm getting the great backstabs on him or the knockdowns or whatever. But I'm here to tell you, when you're in those later fights and you get knocked on the ground and you can't get up, and when you do get up, there's an attack waiting for you. It's just waiting for you. There's nothing you can do. Oh my gosh, it is infuriating. It's like, let me get up. Like, it's grabs are annoying enough. Like, nobody likes grabs, but they give you a very, very clear sound cue that the grab is coming. So eventually, you know, it strikes fear in your heart, right? You hear it and you're like, and they do it to strike fear in your heart so that you're going to dodge early. And it's almost always a later dodge. You don't want to dodge like right away. And grabs are terrible. We all hate grabs in games like this. But when you leave the player out of commission for such an extended amount of time, and then when they get up, there's an attack like waiting for them, I find that to be incredibly cheap. I don't think there's anything creative about that. I would actually argue it's bad game design. Like, you need to give the player the volition to get out of the cycle, not just make it a death sentence. Like, well, yeah, I missed one dodge on a grab. That should not automatically then therefore mean that I'm dead. I think that that's bad game design. So, and you don't have to agree. You can be like, no, I think it should be that punishing when you miss a dodge on a grab because the sound cue is so obvious. I just don't agree, like, at all. Is there a skill to get up faster? You can spend points on agility. Agility boosts your damage when wielding dual blades, longsword, spears, and one-handed damage. So agility as a stat doesn't even really seem to do anything. I didn't realize that it actually boosts your dual blades, your long swords, and your spear. I didn't realize that agility affected all of the weapons. That's kind of cool. There doesn't seem to be anything to be done about it. There doesn't seem to be anything to be done about it. I've looked. There were other people in their reviews that said the same thing I'm saying, that a lot of the times you're on the ground for such a ridiculous amount of time that it's a stun lock and it's a death sentence. Like, I'm not the only person to say this. I watched a couple of reviews that highlighted this. So hand over the priest's broken cane. I want to see when this guy sells the pendant. Yeah, he doesn't sell the pendant. As soon as he sells, there's a red pendant that he sells that heals you off of enemy kills. It's so freaking good. Like, it's my favorite to use. Now, obviously, you take it off in a boss fight. Oops. So this is the area where all of the poison and corruption starts. So, and they give you these flowers that you're going to want to have equipped. This gets rid of the corruption. And then there's green to get rid of the blight. This right here gets rid of the blight. It gets really, really like flat tire. See, you're just getting poisoned just by being in the area. They put items in the poison, so that way that happens, right? Very trollish. So your health just declines while this is on you. While this isn't full, your health just constantly declining. And then you can eat the flower to clear it, right? So you want to have those items. You want to make sure you're picking up everything so that if it gets on you, you're able to clear it. Because if not, this area will absolutely break your dadgum heart. You'll just constantly be dying. And then they'll do that. That's magic, which I haven't shown you guys that magic attack yet. It's actually pretty good.
我们两兄弟还夏天吧？听说夏天的人没得一个上来的。你听啊！你记得耍是两个气势。
Just run, just run. There we go. Wouldn't be a Souls game without somebody hitting you in the back, surprising you. You can dodge this poison by hugging the fence. And there we go. We made it to the shrine. Do you have iframes and backstabbing? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Because if you do it to an enemy and like another enemy comes up behind you like they were doing it to me earlier, they can't damage you while that's going on. Is it worth getting? I mean, my opinion of the game is cooling off, I would say, quite a bit. I fought a boss yesterday that was really, I think, showcasing a lot of what the game doesn't do well. Inconsistent hitboxes on the boss, inconsistent attacks from the boss. There's almost a weird lag magnetism thing that can happen. And then they do that. They got guys like that in positions like that. You can't get to him. You got to get through the whole area before you can get to him. So you can turn around and throw daggers at him. And then our favorite person's about to show up. You see how fast she hurts you? She hurts you so fast. That's why they're considered mini bosses, I think. Her damage output is just absurd. Like, she hits you a couple of times and your health's just gone. Absolutely gone. Like, she is, I'm telling you, they are the worst enemy in the game. And I'm pretty far. Those chicks in the pots, dude. They are the absolute worst. That's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do. You gotta bait her with the range. I'm just trying to read the dadgum stuff, dude. Okay. So you can't use the mechanism to call the elevator until you've used the elevator once. I've been wanting to open this game when I get home. What the heck just happened? What the heck? It's one of the corruption blight bugs. It's one of the blight bugs. How have you been liking it so far? It's like... He's such a freaking troll. It's like Wukong meets Sekiro is how I would describe it. It's sort of an in-between those two. It's kind of how I've described it. It's got satisfying moments. It has satisfying combat. The exploration in the open spaces like this are extremely trollish and frustrating. The poison, the corruption, the enemy positions, the surprises, the like enemies that fall on you and stuff. This right here, this right there, see, bait item to drop you. This area right here, if I would not have been doing a review copy of the game, I probably would have just rage quit and been like, I have no interest in this game. There's so much poison. There's so much, like, that blight, that purple stuff stacks so quick on you too. Did you have a favorite wrestler growing up? I wasn't really into wrestling. I have no idea why those first 2 hits didn't hit him. I wasn't really into wrestling when I was growing up. I liked WrestleMania 2000 as a video game with my friends, but like I didn't really watch it. I think some of it's because we weren't allowed when we were younger. Pin at the top of the chat, rip Hulk Hogan. Yeah. Guys, do me a favor and hit the like button. Let's try to get 200 likes on this video. We've had a great turnout today for everything we've done, and I greatly appreciate it. And the likes make a huge difference. I don't remember. I do not remember this room with the traps. So trollish. They put a step plate in between those spike plates. Screw you, buddy. Your frickin' gun. It's one of those guys. Got him. They're really hard to hit. Step plate for a trap. Faint red feather to help make my weapon stronger. So exploration is definitely rewarding. You know, check all the nooks and crannies in all the areas. Jiminy Christmas. It ate my spell. How is the one not dead? So annoying. How's the movement? Movement's fine. Dodging feels good. Attacks feel good. Iframes feel good. Deflect feels good. It all feels pretty good. This is kind of where I wanted to get and what I wanted to showcase, because I'm really far in the game. Obviously, this is the very early part of the game, and this was the area that I think if I wouldn't have been, you know, in review access mode, I would have bailed and been like, I don't like this. They make being in the world extremely unpleasant and annoying. It's not that it's difficult, right? It's not like it's difficult. It's just annoying. It's not fun to fight the enemies where that's happening, right? Oh, I'm a little too far, spitting acid. Oh, I'm right next to you, getting smacked, getting stun locked. Well, now that I got the acid on me, I got to eat something. Like, it's just isn't fun. You're constantly having to disengage and eat something, or run away and eat something, just to mitigate, like, the blight, which is green, and the corruption, which is purple. Now, obviously, you could put on armor that helps with that mitigation of corruption and blight, which would be nothing at this point that I picked up is actually very good at corruption. It might be what I'm wearing, actually. Yeah, this is the only outfit that helps with corruption. Everything else is red arrows. So you don't have great options for mitigating both the blight and the corruption. You might have to kind of like mix and match here. These are really good. The undies are good, because you don't need burn or frostbite right now. That's corruption and blight. There we go. And if you think you look ridiculous, you can just go in here and you can do your transmog, you know, to make her look a little less. Well, I guess those aren't like actual pants. There we go. Okay. So now she'll resist that stuff quite a bit more. Let's see what that does for survivability. It's still just fighting with him. I almost filled it. Just fighting with him, because like you have to get close and he puts the stuff on the ground. I wonder if that's why the spell stuff is around. Let's try something. Maybe they're trying to give me a clue here with the spell energy everywhere. Not these guys, obviously. These guys are just trolling me with guns. Knew I could get her. Or the bird. And that's, I mean, that's just a sample right there of how I don't feel like it's difficult. It feels like it's a nuisance. It's like annoying. Like the flow of combat is very halting. It just feels very sort of trollish. Once you get through this area, the snow area is not as bad with like the trip mines and stuff. Although once you know where they are, it's better. Yeah, I don't know if you're meant... If they're... Again, I don't know if they're trying... Maybe they want me to use this spell. Let's try this spell and see if it's really effective down here. Because they're giving me an awful lot of that spell energy regularly. Yeah, the green reduces your health cap, and the purple slowly kills you. So if they both get on you, oh, buddy, you are going to die real quick. And she is super annoying. Yep. Freaking grabs that take almost all your health. I thought for sure I could get the hit off in time because you can stun lock her, but... 141. Oh my gosh. He got me. It totally glitched I was supposed to drop off and do like a dropping hit, which would have done a ton of damage on him, and it totally glitched. Like she didn't drop off the edge like I thought she would. She like got stuck, and then she just did a normal swing, and then the swing momentum took her off the edge. So yeah, I wanted to test that armor. I really didn't want to play much longer in this area because it's like my least favorite area of the game. But I do think it showcases some of the criticisms that I talked about in my video. It's unpleasantly good. There are a lot of good things about this game. You got to be able to eat around the fat. These areas, again, my critique is that it doesn't feel difficult or challenging. It feels largely just unpleasant and unfun. It's like you don't want to be here. You don't want to, like, the enemies they're not fun to fight. You don't feel like, oh, I'm getting my dodges and my blocks, and I'm getting my uptime on my Skyborn. It's like, no, everybody's a trollish, horrible enemy, and you're constantly mitigating your blight and your corruption. Once I got through this area, the next area is also pretty bad. There's poison in the water. There's fire on the ground. There's skeletons that grab you from the ground when you're in the poisonous water. Again, they make it feel as though just you being in the world, you're being punished by the world itself. And it just isn't fun. Even though I know what the enemies in this area do, even though I'm experienced, I still feel like this is absolute misery. I don't want to be here. I want to fly through it as fast as I can, which is unfortunate because there could be really cool items in this area that I have missed. There could be really cool items in this area that are like helpful to your build, and I just wanted to get through this as fast as I could whenever I was playing through the game. The next area was pretty much just as bad. After that, you get into an area where there's not much of it. It's a bit more of just like fighting normal enemies. That, again, is when it's fun. You're navigating your Skyborn might, your iframe dodges, your deflects, your skills. It feels like you're being tested as a player as opposed to just being annoyed constantly. So if you like this sort of thing, you like the way it robs you of a lot of volition in this area in particular. I don't feel like I'm getting to kind of dictate what I want to do. Poison on the wall, poison the attacks, poison when they die, poison if you're too far. It really robs you of a lot of player volition. You don't feel like you're really making decisions and choices. You're just sort of like, please, for the love of God, I don't want to get poison on me. Which, again, is one of the reasons it's really unfun to be here. If you can get through these next two areas, I feel like it's a lot more tolerable. It's a lot more like, okay, it's not that bad. You know, the enemies get more fun. The mini-bosses get more fun. The bosses get more fun. But this area and the one after it in particular, they really, really turn up that heat. So if you don't mind that, then I think it's well worth it. If that's going to put you over the edge and make you rage out, just know this is very early in the game. I have only fought like two main named bosses at this point. Well, 3 if you count the first lady in the cave where I kept dropping on her, but that's not really a boss fight. So this is after 2 fights. This is very, very early in the game. So if this was helpful to you, make sure you hit like, make sure you hit subscribe. We're going to go ahead and we're going to go to the Green Room segment, which is for Member Plus and above only. This is a segment for people who are supporting the channel directly. And if you enjoy my content, my live streams, my talk shows, it's super helpful to me to have a base of people that support the content directly. It's how I'm able to do this full time. So I'll put a link in the chat, and I'll also redirect you as well. Okay. And then I'll switch us back to just chatting. I thought this was a good showcase of the game, though. We got to show some of the flaws in some of the boss design with the stun lock, like where you're on the ground. We got to showcase this area in particular that I absolutely hate. You're getting to see some of those rough edges, and then you can make an informed decision about whether or not you want to kind of eat around the fat of this game's what I would consider to be I think it's poor design choice. You know, that's obviously just my opinion, but I don't think it leads to good or enjoyable gameplay. Very flat tire, very taking the player out of the equation, which is why it doesn't feel like a challenge. It feels just sort of like you're just sort of minimizing nuisance and annoyance is what it typically feels like. It doesn't feel like you're like when you master a boss fight and you know every attack and you know every telegraph, like that feels amazing. Knowing where traps are and knowing where a guy with a gun is, like that's not that satisfying. It's like, oh, I know where all of your trollish, mechanics are. That's not as satisfying as like, here comes the attack, let me get out of the way. Oh, I nailed it. Here comes my attack. Here comes my punish. Like that's more satisfying in my opinion. Okay. Thank you so much for being a paying member on my channel, whether you're at Member Plus or VIP. This is going to be another Green Room segment. This is a behind-the-scenes show that I know some of you still head to Twitch to watch, which is its own version of irritating, but you won't be able to do that for long. Eventually, we will be able to set things to sub-only on Twitch, so enjoy it while it lasts. We will be closing that off because we feel like this is behind-the-scenes access to how we run the business, which is fair to make a paid segment. I'm going to end the gameplay stream with wuchangfallenfeathers and bring folks over with redirect, and then I will change that thumbnail because we are no longer